What's good, man? We back. I'm K Rose. We back with the Hoop Fans podcast with my bro here. Introduce yourself, bro.
Good guys, we're back again. This is Matt, Hoop Fans Podcast, man.
Yes, sir. My boy Matt. I'm saying I'm K Rose, Hoop Fan podcast. We're not even gonna waste no time. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. Matt, it's been a minute since we talked, but when it comes to basketball and when it comes to the hoop world, there's always topics that we can create content about. So it's always something going on. So even though we took a long break, there's a lot of things happening every week in this hoop world. So one thing that's kind of been going on recently, or a list that has went out from CBS, was their top 25 list of the 21st century, the top 25 NBA players of the 21st century. CBS created this list and it's caused a little bit of a stir. Um, how should we go about this? We got to rap about this. Let me name off the 25 super quick for you, bro. So coming in at 25, we got Russell Westbrook. Then we got Shea. We have Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson. He rounds out at 20. Then the top 20, within the top 20, we have Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Jason Kidd, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Steve Nash, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki. He's number 10. And then the last nine, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant at 8, Giannis at 7, Kobe at 6, Shaq at 5, Nikola at 4, Tim at 3, Stephen Curry at 2, LeBron James at 1. With that list, and I'm sure you've seen this, bro. Give me your thoughts. What's your first few thoughts when looking at this list?
Bro, I think that this top 25 list is met with a lot of recency bias. And it's crazy because I don't really mind Jokic and Giannis being in the top 10 as much as I mind Shea, Luka, Tatum being up there. For
Okay.
some reason, it just doesn't. I think there's a lot of other guys you could probably put there before you put those three.
So hold. Let's be clear. So Shea, who was your others?
Shea, Tatum,
Tatum
Luca.
and Luca.
Yeah, yeah.
Shea is number 24. You said Tatum, he's number 23, and
Yep.
Luca was high. Luca was number 16.
Luca was very high.
So you don't think any of those three or those three altogether, they shouldn't be in the top 25 list. Is that your
I don't
opinion?
think so. I don't think so because given their body of work thus far, it's very impressive. I think you could argue that maybe Tatum's is the most impressive thus far. I know Shea just came off a chip. Obviously, Luca's had a crazy run these past 8 years, but I just think that they haven't they haven't deserved that yet. I think that there's guys, and we'll get into that a little bit. My picks for that got a couple more chips than them, got a couple more defensive nods, and just like their totality over their career, because a lot of their careers that I'm going to name spanned, all of, or at least like that first
21st century.
decade. Yeah. So I think you got to let their career play out. I think maybe the next 5, 6 years, they're obviously going to be on there. But at this point, I don't know. I don't know. I have a little bit of trouble putting them on there like right now.
Okay, listen, I'm not. It's crazy. And when first looking at the list, I'm not mad at that opinion. When you think about it, bro, Tatum's rookie season, I want to say his first year was 2017. Shea's was
Mhm.
2018, and I
Yep.
want to say Luca. I'm looking up Luca's right now, just off the top of my head. I know it's about half a decade or so ago. Luca's rookie season, he came into the league in 2018 as well. So for them to make a top 25 list of the 21st century, which if I do my calculations right, that's since 2000. For them to only
Right.
have been in the league the past 7, 8 or so years and to
Right.
get that acclaim is crazy. So I'm not mad at you pointing them out primarily. If you're if you don't think those three have a strong case to belong,
Yep.
who do you replace them with?
Man, there's a couple guys. First two that come to mind, and I hated their squads back when I was younger, but Manu Ginobili. I think that with 4 rings, a couple All NBAs, couple All Star nods. Tony Parker deserves to be on there. Finals MVP, 4-time champion. Who else did they kind of just disregard a little bit? Um, I put Kyrie on there, bro. I think that Kyrie's resume stacks up where in the last 25 years, you're making that face. I really think he deserves it, bro. I mean, you could honestly say that, um, you could make a case where he doesn't, but I feel like he does. I feel like he's done a lot for basketball culture. He's done a lot for the younger generation. Um, but the last guy I'm about to mention, too, I do have a problem with that he wasn't even on there. Is Paul Pierce. Like, bro, Paul Pierce.
Oh
Check the
yeah,
record.
that's egregious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That's egregious. No, no,
Come
no, no,
on,
no, no,
that's insane to me. Like, you're gonna put Shea or Jason Tatum over Paul Pierce?
no,
Like,
no, no. Paul Pierce absolutely deserves to be on this list. I don't know how he was not on this list. And when looking at this list, uh, Paul Pierce, uh,
it's crazy, bro. It makes you scratch your head, honestly, because like that guy did it all. Like from 2000 to 2012, like 12, probably 12 straight years of just,
here's the
know what
thing.
he did, bro.
Paul Pierce's entire career is basically the 21st century. Right? He was drafted, I want to say, in 98. So he only
Right. Yeah.
played 2 seasons outside of the 21st century. So that's Paul Pierce's entire career. So
Yeah.
everything Paul Pierce, we know Paul Pierce for, he absolutely, I believe, deserves to be on this list.
Yeah.
My opinion, I would have to, I think Paul Pierce may have a stronger case than Tracy McGrady.
Mm-hmm.
It's close. It's close.
Close.
I think he definitely has a stronger case than it sounds blasphemous. It sounds blasphemous. I just feel that if it was up to me, I think he would have to replace Tracy McGrady. I think he has to replace Tracy McGrady on this list. And I can see someone replacing him, replacing Luca as well. But with Luca, it's only a time thing.
Right.
And I think that because of the rings that Shea and Tatum have won in recent years, I think despite them basically having the same profile individually, been in the league the same amount of years, the fact that Tatum and Shea both have championship rings, I think for me, it weighs a little heavier on a list like this if you're talking
Yeah.
all time type of stuff. So for me, Paul Pierce absolutely has to be over Tracy McGrady and Luka Doncic. And someone like Paul Pierce, I would hear argument for Shea or Tatum over him based on the fact that they also have rings and they've won. Well, Shea has won an MVP, and
Mhm.
Tatum has just been a better player than Paul Pierce. He just has been.
Yeah.
Um, to finalize this topic, because I this is a great we will be talking about this forever. Um, I think it's interesting. What about the top? Like, what about the order of the top of the list? How do you feel about that? Any qualms about that? Because I'll go.
Yeah. Let me hear what you got.
There's no way in hell,
Uh-oh.
absolutely no way in hell. Nikola Jokic, Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way in hell Nikola Jokic and Shaquille O'Neal are listed higher than Kobe Bean Bryant on a top 25 list of the 21st century.
Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk. They have him at 6. They have
We
Bean
have
at 6.
Kobe Bryant at 6. Me
Yeah.
personally, I'm not mad at LeBron James, obviously.
No, yeah. I mean, it's like,
I don't think Steph is over him, but I don't think it's egregious. And I'm not mad at Tim Duncan being higher than Kobe. I feel like they're neck and neck on a lot of lists. Nikola Jokic and Shaq, I can't. I'm not rolling. And the reason I'm not rolling, let's start with Shaquille O'Neal, because a lot of his career was also played in the 90s.
yeah.
So Shaq entered the league in 92. That's eight. And Shaq pretty much started off in his prime. Let's just say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Started off a high. He was a very high level player coming in the league. So you're stripping 8 high level seasons from Shaq's career. So
High level at that.
high level, like Shaq.
Right.
And
Like,
you're getting this three-peat Shaq. You are getting three-peat Shaq, and you're getting that beginning Miami Heat Shaq. After that, even with
yeah.
the three-peat, I don't think you can
Downhill.
take the 12 to 13 years of amazing Kobe in the 21st century. He's not over Kobe. And Kobe three-peated as well as added 2 more rings in that scenario. That gets Shaq out of there. Nikola
Right.
Jokic, it's no way in hell.
Yeah. No, I completely, bro. I'm the biggest Jokic fan. You know this. My list differs from what CBS put out for sure. Um, I got LeBron at number 1. I got Kobe at 2. I got Tim Duncan at 3. I got Steph at 4, Shaq at 5. That's my top 5.
Who was that for?
Steph.
Steph at 4, Shaq at 5.
Yep.
And who was 3 was
Three's Tim.
Tim. And you put, I'm not mad at that list at all. I,
That's
I think I think I would even agree with that list. I'm not, you put Steph over Shaq.
I did. I did.
Yeah, I would put Steph over Shaq. I would put Steph.
Yeah.
I would put Steph over Shaq. I think
Yeah.
uh I think we may even have to think. I think somebody like Kevin Durant. I'm not the craziest Kevin Durant fan. I'm not.
I'm not either. But
I think, but just when you're just basing off of 21st century stuff and his whole career, obviously he's in the 21st century. Everything Kevin Durant has done compared to someone like Shaq,
you could put him right at 5.
I think you might have to. I think he has to be over Shaq in this century.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people that have to be over Shaq in this century just based off of that. But I
Yeah.
mostly I would agree with you, bro. Obviously, when they do these lists, they're trying to spur conversation like the one we're having. And so it's a lot of, it's the clickbait, it's rage baiting, and it
Yeah.
works every time.
It does.
It
It
works every
yeah.
time.
Yeah. It pushes conversation,
It
bro.
pushes the conversation. So all right, moving on. So let's talk about it, bro. There was another list or rage bait where they listed. I'm not sure where this is from, bro. If you could remind me, the Mount Rushmore from each NBA franchise.
Yeah, we saw that online. That was I don't know if Bleacher Report put that out or if that was we gotta verify that. So don't quote
I'm
us,
gonna
guys.
verify that it was on social media.
Yeah,
Only one I want to really talk about, bro, is the Lakers
yeah,
for real, because
yeah.
I don't. That's the one I can remember off the top of my head. They had for their Mount Rushmore, uh, Kobe Bryant, obviously. They had Shaquille O'Neal. They had Derek Fisher. No, no, am I tripping? Am I tripping? I'm tripping.
No, you're
They had
not. Then you
Kobe
put him
Bryant, Shaq. Who did
Powell,
they, bro? Who did they have for that Mount Rushmore, bro?
Powell, and Derek Fisher.
For the Lakers Mount Rushmore?
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm
From
pretty
the
sure.
past 25 years. That was the key phrase.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, because I was like, hold up. That don't even make okay. Shaq, Powell, Kobe, Derek Fisher.
yeah. I got a problem with that list. I do. I do.
Talk to me, bro.
Well, let's start with the elephant in the room, if you will, with that list. Like Derek Fisher, that was a courtesy nod to put him on there.
And it was rage bait.
And yeah, for sure. Like 5 chips, I get it with the Lakers. Two different tours with them. Um, but I wouldn't say he was ever. I wouldn't even say he was. I mean, he was a major catalyst in those championship runs, but like he had some big shots. Obviously, they wouldn't probably have gotten past the Spurs and was that 0-2 with that crazy shot to force a game 7.
That
Uh,
might have been I don't even was that 02? It was either 02 or 04. We gotta fact check.
it might have been 0-4
It
actually.
was
You might
oh
be
04,
right.
I think, where they beat the Spurs in
Okay,
yeah, 04. It was 04 because they made it to the finals that season.
that's right. That's
And they
right.
made it to the finals that season.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, he's been clutch. I mean, he and then as he got older, those 2 chips in '09 and 2010, like but he was never obviously that guy. I think that was more of like a respect thing, but and also a rage bait. Um, but yeah, you want my humble opinion? I think Braun should have been
of course.
like
And let me be very, very clear. I'm a Laker fan. You know me, bro. K Rose, I'm a Laker fan. I wear this joint every podcast. We'll see if this trend continues. I have the Laker shirt on. I'm a diehard Laker fan, so I would never disrespect D Fish. Let me be very clear. D Fish is a Laker legend. And it speaks to how legendary he was in the Laker uniform, that he was a role player his entire career, obviously his entire Laker tenure, and he can have any type of consideration on this type of list. Like that's how good of a role player, how great of a role player D Fish was.
mhm.
But and the 5 rings makes it tough to like just dismiss him outright. But come on now. And this is what I have. This is the problem I have with Laker fans. Because I'm not this type of Laker fan. If LeBron had won a championship outside of the bubble, we would never have any of these types of conversations where people slight him
Right.
or they slight his tenure in a Laker uniform. But because he won a chip in the bubble and the manner in which he did it, even Laker fans who he gave us a championship, he gave us a reason to be happy, they downplay it. And I as a Laker fan, for the life of me, don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I can wrap my head around why people say that. I don't get it. I think that when they say it was an easy championship, I think it's quite the opposite. I think it was one of the hardest championships, if not.
It might have been the hardest championship.
Yeah, it might have been the hardest. Yeah, so they completely disrespect Bron in that regard with that chip. And there's no doubt, bro. He should be in D Fish's spot, and that's no slight to D Fish at
And that's
all.
no. Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, and it's because of that slight, and because Bron's otherwise his other tenure, his other seasons in the Laker uniform, they haven't been the highest of highs. We did make a
Right.
Western Conference final one year, but they haven't been the highest of highs outside of that championship.
Mhm.
So if you diminish the best year of the best season of his Laker career, then it's easy to downplay what Bron has done in the Laker uniform.
Mhm.
I won't stand for it, bro. As a Laker fan, and I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna just stand on this. If you discount the bubble, if you disregard the bubble as not real hoops, you're not a hoop fan. You're not a
Right.
hoop fan, in my opinion. You're not a true hoop fan because it's basketball. It's
Mhm.
like some basketball people, some casuals watch like they almost act like they didn't play basketball. Like they went to Florida and they set up a bunch of chess boards, and instead of hooping, they played chess, and that's how they decided the championship.
Yeah.
No, 15 motherfuckers on each roster got on a basketball court and hooped. And one team went 4 rounds and won 4 games out of 7. They won a championship. Bottom
They
line.
did, bro. They did.
So with all that being said, bro, my Mount Rushmore for the Lakers for the past 25 years, LeBron James. He's won a championship with the Lakers. He's played at a high level for the 7 or so, however many years he's been in the uniform. He's actually been in. They're not surprised by this, but you would be surprised if you're not thinking about it. He's been a Laker longer than he's been in Miami Heat, longer than he was in Miami Heat. He's been here
Crazy.
obviously longer than his second stint in Cleveland. He's been in the
Yeah.
Lakers uniform for a very long time. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, that goes without being said. Shaq, that goes without being said. He three-peated. Um, and for me, I would have to put, I guess, I do think Paul Gasol and Anthony Davis have a fight.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think? Who would you put Paul over him?
I think if Powell didn't get that second chip with Kobe, the nod would go to AD. I think that second chip tilts the scale because of who they beat, and obviously it was a back to back. It was a different era. The game was arguably a little bit more physical.
It was more physical, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't as guys weren't scoring at the volume they are now. But I do think that I think I gotta give the slight nod to Powell. But like I said, bro, if it was 1-1 with the chip, the whole chip thing, I think Anthony Davis gets it just because I mean I think it was that 22-23 season. He was putting up like 26 and 12, and he was like top 5 to 6 in the MVP race. Like he's put up some bonkers numbers in the Lakers uniform. So um if there was if it was like a starting five, bro, he's number five.
He's number 5.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think you can go either way.
Yeah.
I feel like Anthony Davis was a better player as a Laker
Oh
than
yeah,
Paul Gasol, but
for
I think
sure.
Paul Gasol's teams with Kobe saw higher heights than Anthony Davis teams with LeBron.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Paul Gasol was never the best player on the Lakers ever. While Kobe, what I mean, he was never the best player on the Lakers while Kobe was Kobe.
Hmm.
Anthony Davis, in my opinion, throughout his Laker tenure, at times was the better player than LeBron James. He just never got the credit. But that's a long story. So I think, like you said, bro, I think the 2 championships, but AD was the better player. It could go. But I think the 3 locks, bro, I think for me, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron. They're locks. Like they're locks. Much love to V Fish. But
Sure. He might be the sixth man.
6 man. Give me your 4 again, bro?
Bron, Kobe, Powell, Shaq.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Not mad at that.
A list.
Let's keep it going, bro. So we could save preseason predictions. I feel like we get a longer episode. We could save that.
Yeah,
Um, Michael Jordan to NBC. Well, first of all, a lot of the NBA's broadcast coverage is being transitioned from
yep.
TNT to NBC. Michael Jordan being a special contributor. Bro, how exciting is that? If it is exciting at all to you, what do you? How do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
dude, I love it. When I saw the news for that, I was like, this is something special. Just because the mystique of MJ, bro, you don't see him much. You don't get footage of him. You don't get interviews. So just to get to now get the whole package, and we're gonna see him. They haven't really released like I think a special contributor is a little bit kind of a bit vague
It's very
title.
vague.
I don't know what capacity we're going to see him. If they're going to like kind of pan to him during some games and he's going to give a little bit of commentary, or if he's actually going to be on the sidelines, being an analyst is yet to be determined. But I'm excited, bro, just to have him back. Calling the game to some degree is exciting.
I'm excited too. I'm interested to see how it's going to be and what does that mean. Like you said, I don't think we're going to see him on like a sideline or anything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like he's probably how I could envision it as someone who knows nothing of nothing is just a fan. I guess he's in studio somewhere. You get his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Are we excited because it's just Michael Jordan,
I think so.
or are we excited of what he might actually bring to the broadcast to our NBA experience, viewing experience? Because I feel like for me, I'm excited that it's Michael Jordan. I guess we can't really tell what he'll bring until we see it, right?
Right, right. He could be very bad at doing this special commentary, and we might give him a pass just because it's
He's Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's
So
Michael Jordan.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be remain. We'll remain to see that a little bit, but um, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of like a buildup, right? Like I don't think it's gonna lose any traction if he's bad. I think it's just his name associated with the NBA and NBC. I think it makes sense, bro, to pair it with such a big move, like for viewership. So I think it's gonna do nothing but probably in the beginning just, bro, increase ratings and increase views. Um, I don't know. Like, why do you think the NBA did that? Let me ask you that, bro. Like, what do you think
Well,
they're?
well, it's a money play, bro. I don't necessarily say this is big business. So it's NBC. This is broadcasting and the NBA. These companies are all in conjunction to create a viewing experience for NBA fans and to generate money, bro. It's all about money. So um a lot of people uh a lot of people have been critiquing the NBA's broadcasting experience or the viewership in the past few years. Like a lot of people had criticisms about the finals and how it was displayed, logos not being on their court, like just different. Like our viewing experience uh has left a lot to be desired. So they're
Mhm.
really just it's $1 billion deals. The way you start off NBC, going back to the old days when it was on NBC, you bring in Michael Jordan, you bring in all these different legendary players to
Mhm.
add, to get eyeballs watching and people
Yeah.
excited about what's happening. So I understand why they did it. And it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited because I do think we're gonna have a overall better experience than what we've had these past few years. You know what I mean? Um, Oh, we got 10 minutes too, bro. 10 minutes
Ten
before
minutes.
we go on what's the name? So we can run through it. But speaking of Michael Jordan, bro, the age-old question that's on social media or Twitter, whatever. Ty Lue recently had a clip with Shannon Sharp where he was asked how much would Michael Jordan average in today's NBA, and he said 45 points. He said 45 points. And to add some context, he said because what every old head Hooper says, you can't touch nobody today. So
Right.
Michael Jordan's going to be going to the free throw line. Do you agree? And if you don't, how much do you believe Michael Jordan would average in today's NBA?
Let me just start off by saying 45 points per game is a hell of a lot of buckets,
I don't
bro.
think he would average 45. No, I
I
don't.
don't think it'd be 45. I don't think people understand when they're throwing numbers out how crazy that is, bro. Like
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I think if James Harden was able to do what 35, 36, and had that hadn't been done, since Kobe, and there's been like these large gaps in but like 10 years.
And Mike, in his defense, Mike
Yeah,
averaged 37.
he did average 37. He
Okay.
did. He did. I think it'd probably be close to that. I think 30, anywhere between like 34 and 37, I think he could get. Bro, here's the thing. It's so hard to just drop somebody at their prime from a different era into this era and say like, oh, they would average this amount of points just because of rules. Like, I don't doubt Mike's IQ. I don't doubt obviously his physical prowess and his athletic ability. I think he'd figure it out really quick. But you know, guys are still pretty big today. Obviously, they're bigger, might not be stronger, but he'd be facing defenses that he'd have to adjust to as well. Obviously, he wasn't the greatest deep range shooter, so he'd be, but I think he'd figure it out quick. So I think I'm gonna stick with 34 to 37 points a game, similar to what he averaged in 87, 88.
I think I'm not mad at your viewpoints. Everything I agree with everything you're saying, except for the point average.
Yeah.
I do think prime Michael Jordan would have averaged 40 today.
What?
40. I don't see 45. I don't see 45. I see 40. And I'm gonna tell you why. And this has been a big thing in the content space as well. We've seen Jeff Teague. I saw Jeff Teague in his podcast talk about it. Gilbert Arenas and Gil's Arena talk about it. I think we're young, so we didn't get to see Bulls Michael Jordan like live.
Mhm.
And when we think of Bulls Michael Jordan, I won't speak for you, but I think the vast majority of younger hoop fans, we envision 1994 to 98 Mike,
Mhm.
who was amazing, but he was older,
Right.
right? Like that was like middle age 30 Mike. They don't take into account 26, 25-year-old Mike, who to me was basically 6'6" Russell Westbrook.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
a mid range,
Yeah. With touch.
with
With
like who could shoot though,
yeah. With touch.
like 6'6" Russell Westbrook athleticism with
Uh-huh.
Kobe Bryant mid range. With those attributes, bro, I got him averaging 40. I got him averaging 40 because I do think he would have adjusted. I think Mike would have had to adjust to the help in the gaps. Now we're talking like technical basketball a little bit. Help in the gaps, but less of resistance at the rim. Whereas when he played in the 90s and the 80s, in my opinion, it was no help in the gaps. You could drive by somebody easy, but then you had a 7-footer at the rim, the Ewings, the Elijah Wans, the Shaqs. Like you had those bigs at the rim. I say all this to say this. I think with the midi he had in his prime, his athletic prime, and then his ability to just be athletic and get to the line at will, and you can't touch him, bro. I think he would have averaged 39, 40 for me in today's NBA.
Yeah,
30.
I'm not mad at that, bro, at all. I totally see that. I mean,
He averaged 37. He did
yeah,
37. So
yeah,
I give him
yeah,
I give him 3 extra points for 40, but I think we're pushing it. 39, 40, I think we push it. I don't got 45.
yeah,
I don't got 45.
yeah, yeah, bro. Young Mike reminds me of like a slender Ant-Man. Like that's what I see. I don't know what
But
like.
like way more athletic, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Not maybe not. Well, here's the thing.
I would say way more, but I'd say yeah, he's
From a speed perspective,
from a speed perspective, absolutely.
from a quickness perspective, and from a we're athletes, we're former athletes. We're still athletes. From a functional athleticism perspective, as great as Ant is,
Yeah,
I think we see flashes of it.
yeah,
He'll have an unbelievable dunk.
yeah.
Based on the highlights I be seeing of Mike, it feel like he did that every game.
Yeah, Mike was, bro, he's like cat like
And he
every,
was 6'6".
yeah, they call him the black cat for a reason, right?
Yeah, bro. Like, and he was 6'6",
Yeah,
whereas Ant-Man is like 6'4" ish, 6'4".
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I got him for 38. I got him for 39, 40. You got him for
I,
34, 37. Either way,
yeah.
Mike still would have been nice today.
Either way, bro, he's leaving the 21st century with
A lot
points
of
per
points.
game, accolades, chips, probably the
The
whole
whole,
nine.
the whole nine. So we got a little bit of time left, bro. About 3 minutes. Let's bang through these last two.
Gotcha.
Rank real quick. Rank from least to most skilled. Least to most skilled.
He's the most skilled.
Dame, Kyrie, Shea, Brunson.
Least to most skilled. I think the least out of that bunch is it goes Brunson, it goes Dame, Shea,
Brunson, Dame.
Kai. What was the last one?
You got him. You said
There's only four?
that was four. So
Okay.
Brunson, Dame, Shea, Kai.
Yeah.
Why is Brunson the least and Kyrie the most quick?
I think just given what Jalen Brunson it was like physical intangibles. Obviously, he's doing incredible stuff with it. I think outside of his footwork, that's yeah, that's all he's got in terms of like uber skill, and that's enough to put him obviously like in the top five most skilled today. Um, but actually, you know what? I might switch Brunson and Lillard out. I think I might put Dame at five or Dame at four, Brunson three, Shea two, and Kai at one. Kai is my number one, bro, just because the aerial acrobats, the
I
off
don't even think that has to be.
really.
No. I'm saying I don't even think that has to be explained, bro. I don't
Oh,
like.
okay, yeah,
I
yeah,
think Kai is like if you don't have Kyrie number one, I don't know if I trust your opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Um, for me, bro, I would have to say, um, I'm going I'm going Shea, Brunson, Dame, Kyrie. That's my order.
Wow, okay,
Shea's last, not saying he's not skilled, but I also think a big part of Shea's game is the fact that he's a 6'6" point guard.
it's
So
true.
he may not have to, and he's very skilled. I want to be very clear. And he plays at a pace that's like a slow pace. We only have less than a minute, so I'm gonna go quick. But I have to put Kyrie first because he's number one. I think I just see that being the case. Um,
Right.
but yeah, bro. So I mean, we running out of time. We could get back on this, John, and start over. Let me see.
We might have to because
Let's
this,
just
this
get back
might
on. Let's just get
warrant
back on here.
some.
What I'm gonna
This
do is I'm
might
gonna end this joint and I'm gonna get back on and record the joint.
all right. This might ruffle some feathers here. Like
All right, bet. Hold up. Let me see. Let me stop it. We was talking about ranking from least to most skilled. So give me your four, the order of your four again, bro.
I got Dame at four, Brunson at three, Shea at two, and then Kyrie. Enough said at number one.
And I have for me, I got Shea last, Brunson third, Dame second, Kyrie first.
Mhm.
Least to most skilled. I'll say what I was saying was I think a big thing that factors in for me is your height, right?
Okay.
Your physical and athletic ability way it factors for me because to me, generally speaking, the shorter you are, the more skilled you have to be to get your
Mhm.
shit off. Excuse my
Right.
language. And so for that, I may knock Shea a little bit because Shea is 6'6". So while
Right.
he's extremely skilled, has a lot of moves, has an unbelievable pace with the basketball, and always looks as if he's floating in slow motion and scoring and being prolific at the same time. It's unbelievable. I do think at times all he resorts to the bump, that shoulder bump,
Yeah.
that he gathers space, and because he's 6'6", he's able to shoot over a lot of defenders or get his look
True.
off cleaner,
It's true. Yeah.
right? So he's very skilled, don't get me wrong, but his game, he has a go-to that's damn near unguardable at this point. And if you foul him on the shoulder bump, he's getting the whistle.
Right.
Compared to someone, my third, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brunson's not 6 feet. I don't believe he's 6 feet. If he is 6 feet,
It,
he is 6 feet.
it doesn't look. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've seen him in person a few times, and I obviously watch him on the TV. I'm literally astounded. I'm literally, I'd be astounded that he's able to get his shot off
Mhm.
at his size. I'm like, how, and he's not extra quick. He's
Yeah.
just crafty, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's just like yeah, he's pudgy. He's short. It's like I think a lot of his stuff that makes him such unorthodox and but also skilled is like he's a left-hander.
Lefty.
I think that being a lefty, it just kind of throws defense off and like one-on-one matchups. But I definitely see where you're going with the whole Shea thing, where he's just a big guard. He's stronger than a lot of people give him. He's got that
Very
shoulder,
strong. He's very strong.
yeah, shoulder bump down pack. So I definitely, now that I'm hearing that, I definitely, I'm kind of thinking towards that list a little bit more. But
Extremely skilled.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just he's also 6'6", so he has something to resort to.
yeah,
Jalen Brunson, when you think about and obviously fans, hoop fans, they're gonna say Jalen Brunson, he's a foul baiter, he's a foul merchant. So
John Merchant,
which
yeah.
he is, both Shea and Brunson are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, I just think that when I watch Jalen Brunson, think about the game winner he hit against Usar Thompson from the Pistons.
Uh-huh. Nasty.
Drive left, drive left,
Oh,
snatch back between the legs,
yeah,
backwards between the
five
legs,
steps. Yeah,
clean for the and he did it was so nasty. He put Usar, he was off the television frame. Like I didn't even see, he wasn't on our screen after he did that move, that yank
yeah,
back
bro.
to the
Got
right.
him out the frame.
Nasty. Right,
Yeah.
hit three. Like his skill level and his ability to get his shots off at his size is unbelievable. Um,
So let
so
me talk
that's
to me
why
about Dame. Talk to me about Dame. Where's
Dame.
his skill lie? I mean, obviously he's a Hall of Famer.
So Dame is, and I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of people that probably disagree with me of where I rank him. I put Dame number two primarily, I think, based on his range, right? His range as a shooter, like how skillful he is from how in terms of like the distance away from the basket, right? Dame shoots like 35 footers as if they're like mid-range, like they're middies.
Just
And that's a skill that's like I don't if you haven't hooped or you just not as familiar with basketball, that is extremely difficult. Like it's not easy. I think he actually shoots better. He's more comfortable from range, like a long, long, long distance than Steph
yeah.
Curry, in my opinion.
And bro, I think that's something that like if you really watch the game and have followed Dame's career, that's not blasphemous to say that because I was just about to bring that up.
He's
Like
more comfortable.
he's and bro. I mean, of course, you remember the shot against OKC. When he was that on Paul George?
Paul George.
Obviously, it was criticized as a bad shot, but like, and rightfully so, possibly. But with a guy like that, who, like you said, feels comfortable from 30, 35, 33 feet, whatever, like, hats off to him, bro. Yeah, so I understand his skill lies in his comfortability with just the deep ball. And a lot of people don't realize, but he's bred a generation of guys that he's played with in Portland. Like his play style,
They play like him.
downhill, heel dribbles, side steps, like what's his name? Fuck Simons or whatever.
That, that
That
joke,
killed me, bro.
that joke got you in, got you in hell, bro.
Anthony Simons.
Anthony, yeah, Anthony, bro, the F.
My apologies, Mr. Simons. Um, bro, like plays just like him. A lot of other guards that I think he helped CJ McCollum a little bit with his game a little bit more. Just yeah, bro, he doesn't get his credibility, I don't think, for his skill set and
Bro. The modern lead guard they play like, and this is a whole nother topic, but the modern lead guard they play like James Harden or they play like Damian Lillard.
right,
People love to say Steph, but I don't really think a lot of guards play like Steph because he plays off the ball a lot. And if you see any young basketball player, they are not trying to play off the ball today. A young guard, they want to handle the basketball.
right,
So, in my opinion, they all are influenced by Dame and James Harden, right? Now, for me, I think my argument for Dame being second is because where he may lack variety, the depth of his skill is unbelievable. Like the depth of his skill in terms of being on balance all the time, being on balance, being strong. The depth of his skill with his side step, his
right.
pound dribble side step from 35 feet. The depth of his skill when even if he's is off the ball, how he comes off the screen, catches, rises up. Like it's a skill, but it's depth. So it may not be as diverse in terms of his bag
Right.
compared to Jalen Brunson or a Shea, but the depth of his particular skill sets, I think, is unbelievable. And so
Yeah,
for
bro.
me, go ahead, bro. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're spot on with that. Like, the why he doesn't have a whole lot of variety, his depth is crazy. Like you don't see him operating in the mid post. You don't see him like backing guys down. It's always with the ball coming off screens, punching downhill, coming off, stepping back,
Pick and
drawing
roll.
fouls from three, getting those 4-point plays. Like they're absolutely spot on with that. And his balance is something that he's mastered. And it's crazy, bro. Like 20 plus thousand points, whatever he's got. Like, it's come from deep.
And he can finish at the rim. I think people kind of underrate
Yeah, yeah, he
his,
can.
his how he got a little like he got a little bit at the rim too. I think people don't they may not give him as much credit with that either. Like Dame gets to the basket, he's able to
Oh, yeah,
finish in with a variety of ways. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. At 6'2", right? He's about 6'2".
Yeah, and that's he's
Generous.
that's about it. Like he
Yeah,
ain't is 6'2", and we might be being gracious. He's
yeah,
similar to he may not be as bad or as short, but he's similar to Brunson in that way for me.
yeah.
And lastly, bro, Kyrie Irving, he's the wizard for a reason, bro. It's really not much you have to say. He is one of the most skilled basketball players we have ever seen play the game. And it's with Kyrie, it's variety, and for me, it's also the depth of his skill set. Like it's both. Like he's just deeply skilled at so many different facets, especially with the basketball, and he is very diverse. And he's basically what Shumpert say. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He's literally waiting for the defender to help him make a decision on what move he's going to make, and it's skilled. Like it's just skilled. So Kyrie Irving's number one. I don't think
It goes unsaid, bro.
goes
It's
unsaid. To finish off, bro, we have the official retirement of another elite point guard in their career, John Wall. Dude, John Wall, you know what I'm saying? From Kentucky, former Wizards point guard, played in a few spots, Wizards, Rockets, the Clippers. I don't think I've missed any other teams. Um, give me your thoughts, bro. Like, give me your thoughts on his
man.
retirement.
Um, I would say he's a legend for a lot of reasons, but particularly for guys that are probably 25 to 30. We watched his hoop mixtape when he was in high school. Obviously, when he got to Kentucky, I know that really drew me in as like a middle schooler watching him. And then when he went to Washington, he really thrived for a number of years. But just a great player. Some might say he never reached his true potential, but I think he had a hell of a career, bro. I think he had, while it might not be a Hall of Fame career, he put up some really, really solid numbers. Multiple time All-Star, you know, heck of a on-ball defender, was able to get a lot of steals. I think he led the league in assists and steals, if I'm not mistaken. But man, I think he ushered in a lot of the new generation of athletic, quick, bigger point guards. He's about probably close to 6'4", insanely fast. I always enjoy watching him, bro. I think that he had a great career for
Amazing
sure.
career. I agree with everything you said, bro. I just looked him up, and to be honest, bro, he didn't play a lot of games. He only when you look at his career regular season games is at 647. He played 647 career games. Um
How many years? 10 years?
uh
11?
2010 to 23, but we also got to factor in the fact that he lost like two whole seasons with that
Yeah,
Achilles, and I want to say he had a knee issue as well.
yeah. So probably
Um
about what, 11, 12?
yeah, bro, he didn't play a lot of games. Like he's
Yeah.
one of those we may not we don't look at him as this because he still played, but he's kind of a what if you when you think about it in terms of injuries, like he didn't play very much.
I
Um,
think, yeah, no.
I think he was, his careers, he was good in his heyday, he was good for 20, 21, and 10, right?
Right.
For a number of years, I thought back in the day he was the best point guard in the East for some time. And he was competing at that time with Cleveland, Kyrie. For a few of those seasons, I thought he was better than Kyrie, because he had to be the best player for the Wizards. But like you said, bro, my earliest memory, I'm 30, And I first started paying attention as a hoop fan to high school basketball players in 2010 because I was nearing entering high school myself, if not entered high school. Um, and John Wall at that time, John Wall was the phenom at that time, and his hoop mixtapes and Reebok classic mixtapes from when he was in high school in the AAU, legendary, like legendary. Um, and I think he's kind of a throwback. Like we're starting to get older as hoop fans, bro, and he's kind of a throwback to a guard we don't see anymore because kids today, shooting is so valuable in today's basketball that kids are working on their shooting ability, their long range shooting ability. So it's rare that we would see a high profile guard today in high school or a phenom that can't shoot the ball in some way. But
Right.
back in the day, dude, like we wasn't, you know what I mean? 2010 and stuff like that. The Steph wave hadn't hit yet
Right.
as far as the
Right.
NBA. So our top phenoms didn't may not have necessarily been the greatest shooters. They were just athletes in, you know what I mean, in the Derrick Rose vein, in the so
Westbrook and yeah, bro.
Westbrook, but
Yeah.
even like Iverson, like Steve Francis, like explosive guards. And so he was one of those, and he was exciting, bro. Um,
Yeah, I think a lot of his career, bro, at least I think with people looking back on his career, I think he had a lot left to be desired. His I don't think he ever reached his full potential. And I don't think we got to see that. And I think for a while people were waiting for him to like get to that top point guard spot. You know what I mean? There were
I challenge that.
Do you try that?
I
Okay.
think he reached his full potential as a player. I do believe so. Because I think averaging 20 and 11 and being one of the top point guards in the league, I think he reached his potential. You look at his I don't think he reached all his accolades because of his injuries and also the fact that he played in Washington, in a
Hmm.
smaller market like Washington or a market that nobody cares about. Unfortunately, sorry, who fans in Washington.
Yeah, sorry, Washington fans.
Sorry, Washington fans. We from the East Coast, so we're from the area. So apologies, but him playing for Washington and then also having a lot of his career stripped from him because of injuries, you figure five-time NBA All-Star, All NBA third team in 2017, slam dunk contest champion. He gets a lot of respect from me for doing it as a
How
star
about that?
in the league, a young star in the league. He made a defensive second team, all rookie first team. So he has some accolades, but for someone of his caliber and his talent, I think we expect more accolades. I don't think he could have been much better of a player because I think that would have forced for John Wall to have been better in his career. We would have had to see his athleticism stay the same, but he become a much better shooter. And I
Yeah.
don't know where he started from. I don't know if that could have coincided, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think his game wasn't sustainable, and he would have had to find another would have had to find another avenue to score. Once that went away. Now we did see it a little bit, but it wasn't really in
Wasn't
Houston.
great.
He averaged that 20 piece that one year, but obviously it was just he was just getting shots up that
He was
season.
getting shots up, and his 20 piece was solid because he was still athletic when he was averaging a dub. But like Derrick Rose, who's a similar case,
Yeah.
we saw Derrick Rose in his young athleticism, his jumper developed pretty well. So it was a shame. I think we would have saw it more in his case had he not got hurt, where his shooting caught up to his athleticism at a quicker point. I never saw that with John Wall, where his jumper got so much better while he was still quick and one of the most athletic guards in the league. So I thought
No,
he reached his potential. I don't think he reached the accolades.
yeah,
But
yeah.
fire player, bro. Throwback to when we were younger. A happy retirement to John Wall,
Yeah.
bro.
Come on, man.
I think this has been a great episode, man. We get back into the swing of things. I'm K Rose.
It's your boy Matt.
This is Hoop Fans, man. Episode 1. Shout out to y'all.